My question is for the elected board members as elected officials. I just wondered if there was any justification. Just so you know, we have a report from what payrolls were from the first day of the pay period to the 27th pay period of last year. I want you to know that I've been asking this question of every group that comes in, so I'm not singling you out, but really this would be a question, I believe, for the board members, that we asked for 2% raises last year, and your raises varied from 3% to 30.7%. Is there some justification that I don't understand that you would go beyond the 2% request, remembering that we are dealing with taxpayers' dollars?
Well, if I'm correct, we moved some personnel around that made up for that 30% increase for a single individual.
But what about the 3% and the 12.7?
I think that it had been 4 or 5 years since anybody had had a raise, if I'm not mistaken on here.
It just makes it very hard to defend, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes around tax time again. When we ask for renewal of sales tax, that people will look at our salary schedules. I am not saying that someone is not justified to a pay increase. I am not saying that I'm not saying that I agree with it, because I don't. We ask at 2%, and this year everyone will get 2%. 2%. We're not going to be pigs at the trough, and you trust me, everybody that's come in here so far has had this variation of range, and it's every one of us could say that our employees did not get raises for 4 or 5 years. Every one of us can say that we've rearranged duties or we've added duties. But at the end of the day, the man that lives on Prospect Avenue, Southwest in Canton, who did not get a raise for the last 5 years or only got a 1 to 2% raise, will see the insulted by the varying amounts. So, not picking on you, I'm just making my statement as I have to every department that has come in here. And that's my job as a commissioner. We hold the purse strings, we will hold you accountable. And then after we're done with you, the press can hold you accountable, and then the citizens can hold you accountable.
And so that you understand, I think, again, we haven't finalized the budget, but it was to hold the 2% that we gave you last year and to hold the 2% that we're offering you this year. To the extent that you offered employees or gave employees raises greater than 2%, there will be adjustments in what you would give those employees this year in your appropriation. That's part of our budgetary obligation. All right. The other difficulty that we have, of course, is that the large majority, when we look at this 2013 schedule of salaries, the large majority of elected officials and appointing authorities maintain, some did not, some of it provided explanations as to why somebody got, a 30% or 13%, and you can provide that to us, we will give you that opportunity. But one that across the board is 3% or 4% rather than 2% to all employees in that particular instance. Most appointing authorities and most elected officials have held that 2%. We have difficulty, by the way, in appropriating 2% for everyone, and certain selected entities choose to ignore it and appropriate more money or to give greater raises. And therefore, for consistency, applying it to all of the county-wide employees, by the way, that's also our obligation. So just to let you know that will probably be coming in your final